describe some of the severe forms of bleaching that you've come across?
One, bleaching is bleaching. There is no mild bleaching, moderate bleaching, severe bleaching. And depending on which side of town you are in,
Yes.
when you are in east of Tomboya Street, it's called bleaching. Yeah?
What about
when you are in
side?
the west side, it's called lightening. You know, lighteners, lightening. All these are making somebody who is dark become light.
And why do people want to become light?
Why do people want to become light? A number of things. One, the society. It's unfortunate that even when you look at figures, even when you are doing media work, when you want a devil depicted, the devil will always be painted black.
Darker.
When you want Jesus and such holy things, it's white. So historically, darkness is associated with bad things.
Yes.
The same thing, when the white men came, people were seeing them as gods. So everybody wanted to be lighter because they think the skin, you become like a mzungu. So people have that culture. Men have this thing with lighter women.
Attractive.
Yes, attractiveness. I don't want to call it attractiveness,
yes.
But they have this thing that if a lady passes who is light and a lady passes who is dark, you will find more people will be intrigued by the lighter one. So the culture, and actually I'll tell you some customs, our African custom, a lady who is lighter will be paid for more dowry than the dark one. So there are many things that have made people want to be lighter. The other one, of course, is ignorance. We cannot forget that.
Yeah.
People don't know the value of the dark color. So because of that ignorance, because of the peer pressure, maybe the nature of work, even celebrities, they want to look, to have a certain image. Because of that lack of ignorance, then they end up opting to have their skin bleached.
What is the protective aspect of that dark pigment in
The
your
dark
skin?
pigment is called melanin.
Yes.
Melanin is a compound that is housed by the cells that are on the skin called melanocytes. This is what absorbs the effect of UV, the sun. The dark color absorbs the sun and protects you from the damaging effect of ultraviolet rays, which means two things. You are protected from aging by the same. You are also protected from cancer because it stops cells mutating. The absorption of that light. People who don't have melanocytes, like the Wazungus, they will always, by the time they are doing 40, 50, 60, most of them now have cancers of the skin, which is very rare in African setup. However, people, and then the heat itself from the sun, melanin itself stops you from burning. You've had the Wazungu, they tan and burn. The dark color stops you from all that.
And we notice that also those who have a fairer skin would want it to be lighter.
Yes.
But for us,
Of course, as we want to be darker, to be lighter, them they because they know how bad their skin is, all of them want to be darker. But us is the other way around. But as I've said, it is pure ignorance.
What are some of the effects of bleaching, skin lightening?
Well, the effect, and that's why, like now we are trying to run a campaign because the effect, there is no advantage of lightening. You look good from far, but you are far from good because it's just a superficial effect, and the damage is permanent. Once you bleach, we can hardly revert you back. What do people use? Again, whatever they use ranges from injectables, creams to apply. You have had the famous mukorogo. It is very common in Nairobi. They use steroids, they use hydroquinone, and they use mercury. All these are heavy metals, heavy chemicals, which actually removes the dark pigment on the skin and leaves the skin exposed. What are the danger? Once the skin is exposed, it is exposed to several things. Aging, so you age very fast. 2, you cannot regulate the effect of the sun, so you burn, yeah, and you tan. And then 3, you cannot protect your skin from cancer, so you are prone, you have higher chances of getting cancers of the skin. And then 3, the repair function of the skin is lost. You cannot, if you get any injury, if you get pimples, a scratch, a slap on the face, normally the repair effect is so slow that you end up getting permanent. And more so, these chemicals are also absorbed in the body. So the chances of you getting a hepatitis is high. The chances of you getting renal failure, because the kidney does the filtering of all these chemicals. These chemicals end up, these are heavy metals and chemicals, they end up inside the kidney, and you can eventually end up having a renal failure, which will lead you to wanting to have a kidney transplant.
How do you manage a person who's already bleached their skin and they've gotten to a point that they realize I need to make a change? Is there hope?
The first thing we always tell people, stop. There is always the body. Sometimes, if the damage is not extreme, the body will always do a natural process of self-rejuvenation. We still give some moisturizers, we give some sunscreen, we give some advice on what to do, so that we try and recover what is there are some creams also. We give rejuvenation cream, we give day cream, night cream. Some of these eventually will give time the body to recover itself. However, sometimes some processes are irreversible, and that's why we are trying as much as possible to make sure people don't get to that point. The other thing is advocacy. We want our parents, we want your brothers and sisters to know the color that they have is sacred, is good, so that our children grow knowing they love the skin they have, not to be influenced by the society to love somebody else's skin.